Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Fabi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my top 8 characters to farm in the tournament exchange. I know there's a couple of guides out there, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an updated version, taking into account recent event launches like event towers, as well as upcoming content like raids. That being said, let's jump right in. First off, let's start with number 8, Mordu. Now, unfortunately, Mordu is not the prime tank anymore that he used to be, simply because there's a few better options out there right now. We have Fred and Christoph for more free-to-play players, and then there's more premium options like Gizmoduck and Baymax. However, I still think that Mordu is a great character to have for Club Conquest, plus he's a Wilds character which you'll need for Offense Stone Trials. His kit can be useful in early PvP matches. He can stun his opponents, and he also gains an automatic counterattack once he falls under a certain percentage of health. However, as I said before, I think there's a few better options out there. Next up, number 7, Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier is one of the best healers in the game. He works great with Peter's shadows since his passive healing ability multiplies with his shadows, which can be especially useful in Towers of Endurance, which, by the way, you want to clear those towers as soon as possible to get your spell token farm going. He can be useful in early to mid-game PvP. For example, you can plug him into a Frozen team instead of Olaf's spot, which can work great. Plus, he's a downtown villain which you will need for the Queen's Clash event, the Zerk event, as well as Scrooge's Gold event. Next on the list, number 6, Madame Mim. Madame Mim is an offensive witch that deals bonus damage per helpful effect on the enemy. Now, she's a mythical character which you will need 2 of for the Stitch Tower event as well as Healthstone Trials. She's also great to use for Club Conquest in Mythical Mutator Towers, and looking at her kit, I have a feeling that she might come in handy once raids get released if Ursula turns out to be a buff-heavy raid boss. Next on the list, number 5, Big Bad Wolf. Now, he's a great early to mid-game damage dealer in PvP, and remember, he was one of my first 7-star characters, and he carried me a long way. Now, his AoE and single target damage output are great, and he can hit especially hard on hero characters. Additionally, he's a super versatile event character, not only as a downtown villain for Queen's Clash and Scrooge's Money Bin, but also as a Mickey and Friends character for the Sensational 6 event. Next on the list, number 4, the god of the underworld, Hades. Hades can be a great mid to early endgame PvP character, plus, just like Madame Mim, he's a mythical character which you will need for Healthstone Trials and the Stitch Tower event. Now, for the last stage of Tower 3, you will need one of the 2 characters at T7. Keep in mind that Hades needs 14 pieces to get from T6 to T7, which makes him one of the most expensive characters in the game to gear up. That being said, Madame Mim might be the more economic option. Hades is also a great character to have for Club Conquest, as he gets the extra bonus in the Mythical Mutator Towers, and who knows if we're gonna need him as a requirement for an upcoming Hercules event. Let's dive into my top 3, first off with Ariel. Ariel is a requirement for the Triton Tower, and if you want to get ready for raids, then you definitely want to make sure you star up your Ariel ASAP. Now, looking at Tritons and Eric's kit, Ariel is going to be an essential ally in raids, and the synergy between the 3 characters is going to be super helpful. For example, under Triton's leadership in raids, Ariel's AoE healing ability is going to put out a massive amount of turn meter for your team. Lastly, she's an oceanic character and therefore a great option for you to use in Speedstone Trials. My number 2 goes to Shan Yu. Now, especially if you're a newer player just starting out, Shan Yu and his kingdom leadership should be one of your top priorities in order to get your first synergy team going. Kingdom teams are not really meta competitive anymore, however, they're great if you're just starting out, as I said, in early to mid game PvP, as well as Club Conquest. That being said, we already know that Maleficent is going to be a Kingdom character, and who knows what's going to happen when she finally gets released. We might see Kingdom characters getting a second wind.
Stand back, you fools!
And finally, last but certainly not least, my number one, Anna. Anna is simply one of the top 3 best support characters currently in the game, and she's one of the requirements for unlocking the legendary Elsa. Her kit is super versatile and you can pretty much plug her into any team constellation. For example, if you're just starting out, put her into your Kingdom team under Shan Yu's leadership, or later in the game on a full Frozen team or a Frozen hybrid team. She can reduce cooldown, fill up turn meter, deal out AoE offense down, and anytime your opponent attacks your Elsa, she has a chance to counterattack. She's undoubtedly the best character to get from the tournament exchange and is going to be a quintessential addition to your roster all throughout your DSA journey. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you had a good time, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, and check out my Twitter in the description box below. See you next time, and have a good one.